thought they was slick. They had the hospitals involved. They had the doctors involved. They had the nurses involved. They try to change your birth certificate. They did all that. You know, when they take them babies in the back and they can swap them and they can swap the information as long as you getting paid, right? Who gives a dang, right? This was one of the biggest corporations. Was the human trafficking babies, placing them in different families so that they could take their heritage. And the only people that will sign off for it is the Freemasons and the Eastern Stars that was in your family. I'm talking about your real bloodline family who traded you off to sacrifice you off into a karmic family so they could take everything that was yours. It may be your sister, it may be your mama, it may be your auntie on your bloodline side that did that to you. And now they nervous and they've been hunted ever since. They've been hunted ever since. They did this because the Most High never gave them no rest because you're still here. See, the thing was they tried to set you up, hire hitmans to try to off you, get you up out of here, but you still here. They try to poison you and your food and your drinks and try to set you up at different restaurants, whatever that you consuming, but you still here. They tried to make it where you get set up within these agents that they sent to you all dressed up, trying to be your friend, trying to be your lover. I want to be a lover. I want to be your friend. And that failed because you failed to realize, oh, this person right here is moving different. This person right here acting funny. They energy that you reading is not adding up to who they is and what they saying that they is. Remember, your gifts start activating when you're around all these karmic folks. That's who the ones that has been activating you is these karmic folks around you. If it wasn't for them, your gifts may not have been activated. But since they was moving different and doing all these weird activities around you, that's what alarms your gifts to activate. Like, oh, pay attention over here. What he doing? What she doing? What they doing? And that's when you start getting awakened to all these gifts and you start tapping into it and you start finding out the pieces to the puzzle and what was really going on. So they tried to do their big one on you. And they tried to do all these spell work casting so that you stay asleep, so that you won't come to the knowledge of the truth of what I'm speaking of right now. They tried to hide you so bad. That's why they've been monitoring you, setting up hidden cameras and hidden recordings all around you everywhere you go, sending in agents of neighbors and people, folks in the neighborhood or wherever you go to try to monitor you to see if you have woken up to the knowledge of the truth. But these folks that did this to you put everything false in a lie in your life. They try to deceive you to take you off of what was truth of who you are and where was you from and what did you have that was left over for you that they tried to take and hide you as if you was never going to come to the knowledge of the truth of everything around you don't even match you. I'm talking about the people they put around you don't match you. It's odd. It's awkward. You like, nah, this ain't my people. Nah, this ain't where I'm supposed to be at. It's easily discerned. It's not like it's even hard to even come to the knowledge of this because you are so different. At least if they were smart, they'll put one or two people that you can be like-minded with. They put nobody to make you actually put the pieces together of what they did. Because if I was trying to hide somebody, I would not make it obvious that this person was going to catch on to everything because everything was off. Everything was unmatched to this person. They would start wondering what is going on, and they're going to be seeking for answers because nothing makes sense around them. At least make one thing make sense. They had nothing to make sense. That's why that was like the giver. That was like the giver-upper to make you start seeking for truth. Like, nah, this ain't it. Something is odd here. They tried their hardest to make it where you have similar grounds with the folks they try to match you up with in the area they try to match you up with, and hoping since you was sent off at a young age and the spell work and all the rituals that they tried to program you to be, it would eventually you will get accustomed to this and you won't ask no questions and you won't wake up to nothing that they have done. False. We're not the same. We came here as the cold case breaker. Not just the curse breaker, but the cold case breaker. I'm talking about the ones that be going to investigate the crimes and the scenes and all this stuff. That's who we are too. That's what it was easy for us to crack our case and the crimes that was happening in the forefront of us. You guys had a long time to turn yourselves in, but y'all decided to, we just gonna try to continue to try to take her out. We're gonna try to continue to try to plot in and set him up, and hopefully this person will be out of here before things start getting hot on us, to where we start getting set up. Till we start getting that light shined on us. It's too late. All y'all going to jail. And some of y'all may not even be here based off of the karma that you had sent to an individual. Some people wanted you guys to be gone. So they did a bunch of death rituals and death spells on you guys ever since y'all was yay high. It was just the protection that the Most High had for you. Because he said, touch not my anointed ones. That's mine. She here to stay. He here to stay. No matter what you say and what you trying to do. And they tried to really get you programmed at a young age so that you would be considering this nonsense. They tried to actually put you in a false identity and in a false birth, family and environment. Around folks that everybody knew about it. Everybody knew about it. Everybody was in on it. On your demise. Ever since you was yay high. And folks are still playing that character as if you don't know. That's the sickening part. Now, we've been sitting behind the scenes because we knew the Most High was gonna flatline this whole situation, but it was just like it's memorized. It was just like it was just so interesting to put all the pieces together. You were just so passionate about putting the pieces together because that's what you do. As a true cold case investigator, you solve mysteries, you solve problems, you solve the unsolvable things that folks think that they're gonna get away with. But here you come. And they feel as though they can get rid of the evidence, but you was never to be evidence to get rid of. You was always gonna be here. And you was gonna constantly shine that evidence in everybody's face until you come clean of what you did. But it's too late. You don't even have to come clean because it's gonna be folks knocking at your door, ma'am, sir. It's gonna be folks knocking at your door trying to get at you now. Because that deadline has already came to pass. It already had overridden. Because the more and more y'all sit, the stupider and stupider things y'all decide to come up with. And then nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. You just gonna receive your karma, and it's gonna be you going to jail. And a lot of you folks, they are scared to go to jail. So a lot of you guys are gonna start doing some crazy things to yourselves. But that's not my business. Because you do the crime, you do the time. You sat here for a lifetime watching this person when you could have came clean and gave this person back their identity and the things that was part of their inheritance. You had time. You guys sat here and watched and stocked and watched and stocked and watched and stocked. And y'all still didn't come to the knowledge of, okay, the gig is up, man. I don't want to play this game no more. Let me get this person their stuff back. Let me come clean with this person. Because it's starting to come out more and more. Once you start realizing things was coming out, you should have already, ma'am, sir, throw in the towel and stop playing them games. But you got so messy and got so weird. You got so obsessive with this thing to where it drove you into a dark hole to where you couldn't get yourself out of. So now you just got to face what's about to come to you. Because you should have known when you start doing things that was working in other people that you guys tried this bullcrap with other little kids and other, baby trafficking and trying to take inheritance when this stuff wasn't ruffling out to be with this person, you should have already knew what it was. But that's the pride and ego in you. And them dark demonic forces that you called upon you to attach themselves to you, that's what was ruling you. And that's what was running you to do these hideous and stupid acts that now cause you your life and other people around you. Trying to be this person, trying to walk in their identity and walk in their shoes and try to literally shift them off to a whole different identity and a whole different reality and expect for that to come to pass when you already knew and seen the charts and seen who they was under and who they was called to be and who sent them. That's a dummy move. And I'm pretty sure practitioners and necromancers and wizards and witches and told you who this person was, and you still decided to pursue what y'all was doing. Unstable up here. And this is what this devil force, this dark forces, this dark spirit, these are the people they use. These unstable people who don't got it all up here. Who can't understand common sense if it was knocking at their door. Nah, I ain't doing it with this person. Only common sense. This ain't gonna work with this person. It's gonna turn out bad for all of us messing around with this person. But that was too much of a sense to gasp when it comes to these disturbed demonic spirits that have been handling these people. Basically was these people handlers for years.